All right, hey everyone, we're going to talk about what quitting porn has to do with growing my business. Okay, so in October, I was helping facilitate a big dad summit in St. Louis, and I heard some guys standing up and they were talking about quitting porn. And I just got really emotional about it. And I just decided to make a huge commitment in front of like 160, 170 people and say I was going to do that too. I've quit lots of things, booze, smoking, uh, pot, like lots of things in my life, right? So I made this commitment. Now here's what I did though, right? Is I knew that from past experience that accountability was going to play a huge part in my ability to be successful here, right? So here's what I did. We run a Dad Edge Accelerator Business Mastermind for dads who are business owners. And one of the big things about that group is that we have very, very high levels of accountability. So based on what my buddy and our director of client success, Jake Herbert, said, he said, hey, listen, you're actually committed to this. Do this. Write a check to something you hate for $5,000 that if you quit, like if you fail, it'll get cashed out. I was like, oh man. So I wrote a check for $5,000, like a total of $5,000 to each of our political parties because I hate them all equally. And Jake actually has those checks in his filing cabinet in Michigan. So I put some other accountability systems in place. But here is the thing. Things are going well so far. Hasn't been easy. And at the same time, that accountability, knowing I have this group of guys that I not only have this check with, but that I have to report into is huge. So what does that have to do with growing your business? Well, growing your business, listen, you got to do all kinds of things. You have to set commitments. You have to set goals. You have to strive toward them. If no one's looking, it is super easy just to say, pretend you didn't make it or to just quit when things get difficult, slink away with your tail between your legs. But if you have a group of people around you that you are accountable to, that you've made a verbal commitment to, that are invested in your success, man, it's amazing what you can do. I actually just want to show you some stats real quick here. And this is from the American something of training and development. So it's an organization that is like a think tank around training and development in the States. And here's what they report. Okay. So if you have an idea or a goal, right? Like an idea for a goal, an idea for a goal. What have I just done here? I somehow zoomed in on this. Oh, there we go. So basically you have an idea, but you kind of keep it in your head. You have a 10% chance of achieving the goal. 10% chance. If you consciously make the decision to do it, you have a 25% chance of doing it. So deciding when you'll do it, like actually giving yourself a deadline, a hard deadline, 40%. So planning how to do it. So you start, thinking like, what are the steps I have to take? When do I need to do them by? Creating milestones, etc. Planning, 50%. Okay, so we're getting up there. Committing to someone you'll do it. So getting your friend and say, hey, I'm going to achieve this goal. You're up to 60%. Okay. So pretty good, but still you almost got a 50-50 shot at whether you're going to make it or not, right? So how do you stack the odds way more in your favor? So having a specific appointment with someone you committed to. So an accountability partner and a specific time to check in with that person brings you up to 95%. 95%. So the writing the $5,000 checks is important. I got to check in with these guys every single week, man. They all know, these 40 guys know I've done this. I've made this commitment, right? So I'm not fucking failing. Forget it. I'm going to succeed. So the same thing applies to your business. There are so many things that we need to do. There's so many things we need to push through, commitments, targets we need to set, activities we need to take to get to those targets, people we need to involve in setting those targets, relationships we need to build. It can be overwhelming. That is why a couple things, getting really clear on what your right next thing is important, but having a group of people who are equally as hungry as you to push you and support you and hold you accountable and talk to you and create the space for you to be able to lean into them about your accountability is absolutely huge. So that is what quitting porn and growing a business have in common. All right. So again, we have a free group called Better Business Dads. If you're interested, just, it's totally free. If you're interested, it's a great group of guys trying to grow their business and be better dads. If you're interested, just comment below. I'll send you a PM with the link. All right. Thanks so much for listening. Take care.